Good morning. Whoa, that's turned up. All right, that's a little bit better. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the committee. I appreciate you getting started early. It's now 7:30, so we'll begin. This is the Appropriations Subcommittee of Higher Education, and this is our meeting to consider the changes that we went over the other day. We're going to start with about an hour-long presentation from Mr. John Brown from the Regents. Are you prepared? No. Okay, well, just checking. Just kidding.
Is that the hour is the abbreviated version?
That's the abbreviated version from him. That's true. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a group of recommendations that we went over in committee the other day. I thought I'd briefly summarize those one more time and ask for questions. As you know, during this morning, we're meeting approximately every 30 minutes with the subcommittees on each of the appropriations. The plan right now is for the full appropriations committee. I think you all have a notice to meet this afternoon. The rules committee will meet subsequently after that if these individual recommendations are successful here, again in the appropriations committee, and again in the rules committee this afternoon. Then I suspect you'll see the budget very soon after that on the floor of the House of Representatives. This is the amended 2014 budget. So if you look at your tracking sheets, we're still considering 5 changes. That's on 40.14 is the first change. That's the special funding initiatives. If you'll remember, we talked about this. This is the one-time funds, and this is a one-time only for the PeachNet infrastructure. This is going to allow. This is the governor's initiative with respect to the monies that he's putting in the school systems themselves. It has this is to provide the 100 megabit bandwidth to each of the schools in Georgia. I think it's pretty good. Any questions on that particular special funding initiative? That's $1.4 million. That was the governor's recommendation. I don't see any questions. Next change is in the teaching section. This is, you'll remember we moved the archives over into the Regents' area of responsibility. This increases the formula funding for the new square footage. This is an error in the 14 budget. It's $957,000. Any questions on that? Okay, the next change on your tracking sheet is on page 4. This is the Excel program. Most of you are very familiar with that. This is the dual enrollment program, very competitive. This is the actual student needs. The change on the governor's recommendation was $5,772,000. Any questions with respect to that? Okay. Next change is the North Georgia Military Scholarship Grant. Again, this is a reflection of the actual number of students who are in the program. Change of $72,701. And the final recommended change from the governor's office is the funding of the manufacturing facility in Savannah Technical College. That's $500,000 for a project down there. I think most of you saw the big announcement in the newspaper yesterday with the expansion of Gulfstream. I don't think that's any secret. Any questions on that? Chairman Rogers, let's see. There you are, 40.
This supplemental budget.
There's been a motion and a second. Chairman Representative Dean Smyrie, Chairman Rogers. Any further discussion? Any questions on anything here? Just to let you know, as soon as the 14, we're going to have some significant hearings. If anyone has anything they want to look at, I'm more than happy to do that. I know the Chancellor did say that he would like to come and talk to us about that audit report with respect to and I'd like to hear as well with respect to those waivers. I'd like to hear about that, and we can talk about that in some of the 15 hearings. And I think I'm going to have at least one on some of the advisement procedures that are going on, some of the really interesting things that are happening in the state on advisement that helps drive the Hope Scholarship dollars and those types of things. So anything any of the members of this committee want to look at in 15, please let me know so that I can set it up and plan some hearing schedules. Any further questions before we move to a vote on this Okay, we have a motion and a second on the amended 2014. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed? Motion and the supplemental passes. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time this morning.